Hey there, this is K4A Knowledge for All, and in this video today we are going to learn how to set draw color in GameMaker and use that drag and drop block for set draw color. So in previous video we have learned how to create horizontal and vertical lines or lines under any angle you want and draw them in your game runtime during your gameplay with the code, and we have explained how that works in mathematics, in other software for graphics, other game engines and so on. In general, game agnostic and game engine agnostic, so this approach can be used anywhere. Slightly difference will be there will be slight differences, but it's all very easy to change. And in this video today we are going to continue with what we have learned, but for example maybe we are not satisfied with the color of our shapes, of our lines, circles, rectangles and so on, which is normal. You want to use different colors for different shapes or features and mechanics. That is very common. So for example, I have a simple code to create a grid for my games, which games with tiles, or where I have to define the space in very precise way in tiles, in checkerboards and so on. And for those grids I use almost always a green color. It looks best for me, for my taste, and it's some kind of green, like even here in GameMaker you can see when you click on these console buttons, output, search results and so on, you see some kind of green, and I like that. It has some kind of old school hacker like look, or old school like graphics, and monitors were only in those colors when computers started, and calculators and so on. So I like that one for some kind of simple shapes, grids and so on. So now let's for the start, let's copy paste obj, duplicate obj draw line which we created in previous video. So I will left click to select it, right click, duplicate to create copy of it, and then I will change the name to obj draw line color, and I will press enter to open it, and I will delete maybe those vertical lines and leave only horizontal, but maybe let's move horizontal a little bit to the right. Our horizontal goes from 0 to 200, so I will create a new line from a little bit to the right, so from 250 or from 300 to 500, and that is the first one, and the second one will be also the same length. So X is how long it is, I want to have the same length, and Y is changing because Y is the height, and I have to add that to my game, right, and then test my game, and they will be the same white color as we expected, because both of those are created with the same parameters. Also, you by default you don't see where that color is defined with white, but somehow it's white, and everything UV would create now, it would be the same color. It would be the white color, and to change it you have to find where that color is, and it's in draw again. So scroll until you find drawing, and then find this bucket drag and drop block. Click with your left mouse and drag it to your code window. And why I cannot move it here? Yeah, that's better. And you can see it has two fields. The first one is color. You can type the color here if you know how it's defined with letters and numbers, but it's easier just to pick here. I will pick this crazy green color and use alpha true checkbox. That is when you want to create it to play with some kind of specifics on how opacity, how transparent it is. But let me first try the run button, and it works. It's cool. This vertical line is now green, but we have a problem that our left shape, our left grid is also green, but we never defined the color here. Why is that so? That is what I was talking about earlier. When you change the color once, it is changed for everything you have on the screen, unless you say differently, unless you say, okay, I'm changing the color only for this shape, only for this object, which is easy to forget. I do forget that all the time almost, and because it works differently in different engines and so on. So I guess it's not very intuitive for me, and I made those errors from time to time. So in short, you have to define the color first, then tell what to draw, then again copy paste that color and reset it at the end. So I have the one color at the beginning green, and at the end I will reset it to white. And again, it makes sense at some level if you read it like a book and say, okay, I'm taking my green pencil here, my green color pencil here, I'm drawing the line, I'm drawing the line with my green, I have finished drawing with my green, I'm taking now the white pencil, blah blah blah, something like that. Just make some kind of metaphor or analogy in your mind. So my drawing is here on my right in green because I have used the green pencil, the green color for that. I have drawn two lines for it with my green pencil. Then I have said, okay, I'm using the white color now, and that is why the block, the shape on my left is white, and that is defined here. So I don't have to define the color here in every other shape. They will all be in white color as long as it's defined here in this one where I have changed that color to green. So you just have to be careful of that and try it for a couple of times and shapes until you understand how it works and until you understand the workflow. But in short, again, every time you change the color, try to remember that you have to reset it to some other color which will be used for everything else. It's simple as that, but it's also very, very easy to forget. And now we have two shapes, two different lines, one on the left, one on the right. The left is, for example, some kind of grid, and the right one could be, I don't know, some kind of line for the title, or maybe you can make a scoreboard like this with simple lines and then type numbers and name of the players, like in old school arcade games where you had 10 players or 5 top players at the end of every game. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in next one. Bye for now.